Hey, Inspired Tribe, how's it going? It's Jean Nolan here. It's Kristin Nolan here, and in the back, it's Baby. You know Baby probably from our videos. She's always with us. I'm so glad you guys are tuning in again today. It's a beautiful day. Not in terms of weather, but it's a beautiful day because of the energy that we're feeling. And let's start this with our daily mantra. We're healthy, we're wealthy, we're whole, and we're free. We're healthy, we're wealthy, we're whole, and we're free. And for those of you who are joining for the first time, we've decided to do a daily live stream for the foreseeable future because we desire to inspire each other, give guidance through these times, and because it's the pure positive stream of life. That's why it's a live stream, guys. So, as you noticed today, and please, as you're tuning in, please let us know where you're tuning in from. Um, there you go. Hey, how's it going? It's so good to see you. And today we're talking about the global shift. And I mean, you are noticing that things are changing fast, and things are changing in ways we probably would have never imagined. But at the same time, Portugal is tuning in. Hey guys, oh Serbia, kako si Alexander? At the same time, this shift has been in the works for such a long time. You know it. If you have been um, working on yourself, if you have been meditating, if you have been creating your new reality, then you were part of this creation. Now, it is coming through circumstances that we probably didn't foresee, and of course, we didn't desire them. And we're seeing consequences for the global community right now that are very uncomfortable at the moment. But all changes go through this period of discomfort, and we're feeling with everyone who's losing loved ones. We're feeling with everyone who is experiencing health problems. We're also feeling with everyone who is perfectly healthy and who is um, not giving into fear and panic and creating and who keeps creating a better life for themselves, who keeps creating better health, who keeps creating a better energy. So this is more important than ever. And before we jump into how we can create this new world that is emerging, I want to let you know that as the language gets more and more severe out there, and of course as we see higher numbers and everything, there are spikes of fear, but let them pass through. You do not need to be afraid because you know that that's the only thing that can make you vulnerable. People that get sick, it always comes from a level of stress, it always comes from a level of fear. There's no need for that. You are perfectly healthy. You have a wonderful immune system that can recreate itself in a super short period of time. It's actually in a matter of 8 weeks, all the cells in your body recreate. So that's how fast we recreate everything. We become new again all the time. Okay, so don't give in to that fear. Don't give in to the panic. Go, if you can't go outside, go inside. Okay, if you can't go outside, go inside. Meditate more and expand that well-being from inside. Um, I'm gonna just check in to see who all tuned in today. We have Portugal, we have Serbia, we have Japan. What time is it in Japan? I want to say Ohio Gozaimasu, but it's probably not morning anymore. We have Kentucky, we have Texas, we have Michigan, we have Deutschland, Germany. It's good to see you all, Oklahoma. So, if we take our attention for one moment off the current quote unquote crisis that is the virus and the health problems that go with it, and we look into the near and even distant future, then what kind of world are we going to be living in a few months and in a few years? And I want you to know that this is not predetermined by any outside forces. This is not predetermined by governments. This is not predetermined by anyone but us. We are the source of all the systems. And if there's anything that we can see right now is that we can create better systems. Now, a lot of the systems that we're living with and living in right now have been created pretty well, but now we can see, we all can see that it has shifted from a system that should serve us to where we need to serve the system, and we don't, if we don't, or if we can't serve the system, this is what we see right now. We have to basically take a very long weekend and all withdraw our energy from this economic and social system, and all of a sudden we see it collapsing because the pyramid has, turned upside down. And since we can see it, it is much easier for us to create a new intention for better, more improved systems for the future. Now I envision a future where we can take 2 weeks off, where we can all go and spend time with our families, where we can all be and not do all the time, and everything works smoothly. Right now, this is not the case. We can see that since the energy was withdrawn, it's becoming very problematic. However, these are only symptoms of something that has been in place for a longer time or a longer period of time, and now with a new intention, we can create new systems. And this has been, um, it's it's 4 a.m. here, so yeah, it's Ohio Godaimasu for you then. Good morning. So Christine and I have been, part of groups and organizations that we have studied the human systems for years, for the better part of a decade now, be it the legal system, the financial system, how society works. And there are so many people out there that already have wonderful solutions for the problem that we have been seeing and that we are experiencing right now. And there's nothing to fear. It's actually exciting. And the most important thing about what is going to happen in the next days, weeks, and months is, what is your intention? Because it is not the intention of just one small group somewhere that creates it all. It's your power, and you have to realize the tremendous power that you have. And everything starts with thought. Everything starts with intention. Everything starts with that energy. So every creation in history has started with a thought, including all that is, of course, but even in our own lives. And if you hear the talk right now, the talk is very much, we want to go back to normal, we want us to go back to what it was. But think of your own life, think of periods of transformations that you've gone through. That's our dog barking over there. He's probably just greeting someone. But think of your own life when you have intense transformation, when you have some sort of crises that you go through, when you have a shift moment. You never go back to the old way of living. You can't go back. There is no going back. There's only always a way forward. So you expand into something new, right? You create something new. You create new rituals, a new way of thinking, a new way of living. And that's what we're in the midst of all the turmoil that we see, and in the midst of suffering from some people. We see this. We see the increase in creative energy, and it is so, I feel like it is so important that we all remember it's our intention that is creating reality day by day by day by day. Not just our own reality. Our collective energies are creating new systems, are creating the reality that we see out there. So set your intentions. When you meditate in the morning, which I strongly encourage you to do that, it's literally the only thing that, if you don't do any other practice in your life, I would still always say, do please meditate. Find a way that works for you, but do meditate. It's the most important and wonderful way to connect with Source, God, your inner being, and to feel, this eternal intelligence coming through you, and guidance as well. So when you come out of your daily meditation, maybe dedicate some time to a future that you would like to see, not just for you, but for your family, for your friends, for your community, for the global community. And you can write things down. Christine and I do this all the time. We talk about, like, how would you feel, what would benefit our whole, now what we call healthcare system, but what if we called it a well-being system? What would be amazing changes? What is your intention? Like, our intention is to see people thrive, physically, to see people thrive spiritually, to see people understand their whole power, to understand that they are not just a physical body, that it's a bigger picture, to understand that it is of great importance what they believe about themselves, that it is of great importance what they put into their bodies. All of those things, how can we set an intention that this becomes even more a global idea, and that we can help people heal and live in a healthy and wealthy way. So write down those intentions. What are your ideas? How would you like to see changes in your family and community. And then, another big system that we're exactly new intention. Another big system that we're seeing right now being turned upside down, of course, is our economy and our financial systems. Now, we have seen shock waves through the past years and decades and kind of recovered, but it was always clear that this is not a sustainable system. And so, again, our way of living, yours, mine, um, our collective way of living has created this new time of change, which is it's amazing, it's wonderful, it's great, it was much needed, and it's happening. This shift is happening. So, what would be a good financial system for us? Do we right now we have a debt-based system, which means that money can only be created through the instrument of debt. So, basically, all money is debt, and that's why we're all indebted in some way, and we feel the burden of it, or we have felt the burden of it. Now we have transitioned out of it personally, but this energy, how can we bring it on a global scale to transition out of it globally and create a new system that is not built around this idea of debt, of owing. Another thing that we can see is that our whole global living together is based on economy, and all decisions are based on economy. We can see the toll that it's taken on the planet, on the human health, on our spirit, but at the same time, because this has been realized a way, years and decades back, a new movement is already emerging out of this. What if it wasn't the center of our belief system that the almighty economy is everything? What if it was the well-being of the planet and its inhabitants? Now, how can we let's express those intentions. Um, let's express those intentions. Put them down on paper like you script, like you would say. I can say this as part of an affirmation. I see the planet and all its inhabitants thriving. I am a part of a thriving planet. I am well. We all are well. The planet is well. Start incorporating this into your scripting, into your meditations, into your affirmations, and know that we're all one. It's all one energy. So where our focus lies on, it's what increases. That is how it's always been. That is how it always will be. And don't give too much attention to groups that and ideas and people that are trying to use this time to further an agenda that isn't empowering for humanity. We have heard it, we know it, and there will be things that are happening that might upset you, but don't linger on it. You can give a few minutes of your attention there and then shift and remember your intention. Remember what your life is about, what you desire, and then translate it into a global formula. That's what we're all doing anyways. New intention, right? I'm so glad there's so many people from around the country and this continent and the planet. Um, it's new territory, and that's the beauty of it. It's like a new path. It's when when you walk through the woods, and there's this nice path. It's been there. Someone created it. It's being cleaned up all the time, and you like to walk the path. But then there comes a day where you would like to explore more, and you would like to take the path that hasn't been taken before. Now, there might be some branches in the way, and there might be. Let me just real quick see. We're losing battery here. Let us just work on that for a second. Um, there might be branches in the way. There might be leaves in the way, but creating a new path is so powerful. And I feel like if we're so caught up with what we already have, and if we're so bound to keep this going, I have this image in my mind. It's like when you're on the beach, and you can put this amazing idea in the sand, and you can write down your name and a heart and whatever you do. But when the wave comes, it's all it's washed away, and there's space for something new. And I feel like right now the wave is here, and it's washing away the things that aren't working anymore, and it is not something to be sad about. It is something to embrace. It is something to say hello to. And we have the knowing who we really are. We have wonderful teachers around the globe that guide us through this. We have each other to guide us through this. We have amazing power that we're just now realizing we have. And the irony of this is so many people are realizing their own power while they're in their own homes and basically not able to go out. And the irony here is that so many people are discovering their freedom while they seem to be not free. But you are free. We are free. And the freedom is here. The freedom is here. That is how we create. Inspired Tribe, I would love to see your thoughts on this. Exactly, it's a birth of a new era. Steak said it right. And let us know what your ideas are. Even after this live stream is over, you can comment on this video. We would love to know what is important to you. Like we talked about a well-being system that helps people create greater well-being in their lives on a broader scale. We talked about financial system or economical system, but there's so many other things. There's the arts, there's science, there's there's infrastructure. There's so many other things. Let us know what your ideas are. And remember that you don't have to figure it all out in the details. It's the intention that's getting this train in motion. So yeah, this was our pure positive live stream for today. Also, if you feel like wearing our positive messages every day, please. Oh, I'm getting a reminder here. I told you I didn't make up Kristin. She actually does exist. She's behind the camera. She's giving me cues that a lot of times I don't seem to understand correctly. She says, "Don't worry about the merch shop. Don't worry about the merch shop." She said, "This is important." Yes. For those of you who have not tuned in yesterday or who have forgotten about it, Kristin has given us this amazing alphabet game. I'm going to go quickly through it just for a second. Do it daily for a week, starting yesterday. So if you're starting today, you do 2 days in 1 day. So basically, you write down the whole alphabet. See this? A, B, C. All the letters, and then you find one word per day, per letter, a positive adjective that describes you. Okay, so it can be amazing, abundant, blissful, beautiful. For every letter, you find one word per day, and this is something to shift your focus and to fall in love with yourself. I call it a date with yourself every morning after you wake up or get out of your meditation. All right, Inspired Tribe, we love you. You inspire us. We hope we inspire you. We enjoy this time immensely, and we look forward to tomorrow at 2 p.m. for the foreseeable future. This is where we meet at the Inspired Daily Livestream. You all stay inspired for the rest of your day.